So what's up YouTube, welcome to my channel Complete Tech Review and welcome to another quarantine content. So in today's video we are going to talk about a few things, and that is the lockdown, and this is my first ride coming to dropping off my dad, and he is 4, and also we will be checking the vlog setup for the GoPro Hero 7. So how it's gonna be and what it is, that's what we're going to see, and how the audio clarity is from the vlog setup. So this is the vlog setup that I'm talking about, with the dead cat, the adapter cable for GoPro Hero 7 and the GoPro Hero 7 itself, and the below. Uncle, better go back. So for the setup that I have shown you with the GoPro mount and the flat mount, with that setup and the casing, you can install a car as well. But there is the Molali hilltop. So now just check out in 168x how this hilltop will look at. From my roof, from my house to this place, it's roughly around, I think, 4 to 5 kilometers. So let's check out how this hilltop comes across. So this is at 168x zoom. So at 109x zoom, at 45x zoom, at 25x zoom, at 15x, at 10x, 5x, 2x, and total out 1x. At 1x zoom, 5x zoom, 25x zoom, 50x zoom, 130x, and 168x zoom. So apart from this, I want to talk about two main topics, and these are there are a lot of comments that I get stating I want to start a motor vlogging channel. Please let me know what is the how you have to start, and what is the camera that we need to select. And also the second most important question that I get is, I want to start touring, so what is the ideal bike that I have to buy? So on these two main topics, I want to talk a little bit about about the expense, because in both the cases there is an expense involved. So first and foremost thing, you need to identify what is your passion. So you need to first look at that. People who have passion for cooking, don't get into something which is into motor vlogging just because your friends are doing it, or just because somebody in your close family or something has started working on it. So that shouldn't be the case. What is your interest? Pursue that interest, and then your interest will take it forward. So in this case, I think the first and the foremost thing that you need to look for is, after identifying your interest, the first and the foremost thing that you need to look for is obviously a camera. So based on your interest, if it is into motor vlogging, or if it is into cooking, or if it is into carpentry or gardening or whatever it is, so based on that profession, try to pick your gear. So the gear that you need to pick also makes a lot of difference. So for example, if you're motor vlogging, I think the best and the most interesting thing that you should be doing is to pick up a moto or an action camera. Okay, so that is something that you need to look for. Again, the second thing that you need to look for is, if you are into something which is cooking, or if you're into carpentry or anything which is related to close-up shots, I think in that case you need to buy a DSLR or something which is more close focus oriented. So again, that is the Maulali rock that I was talking about, and now I'm at a foothill of the rock. So that's the footage that you have seen. So coming back to the camera, yes, so that is something that you need to look for. I think let's do something. Let's try to give that woman. Okay, some help, some money, so that the poor lady gets something to eat for tonight. So as I was saying, camera makes a difference. So first, as I said, identify your interest and then invest the amount in a proper camera. Again, I will talk about motovlogging, and I will talk about the action cameras, because that is where my interest is. So if you are a budget conscious person, and if there is a budget constraint, then I think the best suggestion is to start off on not a cheap camera, but also do some research and try to identify a camera which is having good stabilization. So on that note, Akazo is something which I personally prefer, that has some good stabilization, and it comes with an audio mic port. So that is something which is a good thing, because you can use it for motovlogging as well as for any vlogging setup, because you have a mic input. Again, that mic input is a mini USB port, which again you have to buy it from Akazo itself. So that will be costing around 1400 to 1500. So that is something, if you want to start off, explore all the possibilities and then take that decision. So that setup will be costing you around 15,000, including the mic. So that keep in mind. No, but if you want to go a little more professional, then I think GoPro is something that is the benchmark that every action camera has to live up to. So start with the GoPro, and just make sure that you are again not going exorbitant and buying the latest and the greatest. GoPro 7 and 8 are always better choice. So for the GoPro 7, yes, Hero Black, it has perfectly super stabilization. I did a separate video comparing the 7 and the 8 and the features surrounding to it, so just check out that video. But to start off with, start with the GoPro Hero 7, because that is slightly lesser than the GoPro 8. Also, the GoPro 8 has the hinge problem. I think it's not a problem, I think it's probably a design flaw, where if you have to put the audio mic, you need to take out the entire battery door. So that is something which you need to keep in mind, and for that you need to buy a separate lash, which is again a third-party accessory. So having said that, that is something that you have to keep in mind. Then that setup, or the GoPro Hero 7 setup and all these things, would cost you around 35,000. But rest be assured that the action camera will live up to the expectation. You need to buy certain accessories, and that inclusive is close to 35,000. So said that you have now the equipment. Now again, look at your passion. What is your passion? And if your passion says, yes, furthermore I have to expand and and take my passion forward, so in that note, try to look at what is that you're interested into. If motovlogging is your interest, and if you like to travel, and if you want to go places, then the second part is to invest into a bike. So now the big question is, what kind of bike you should be buying. If you are doing mostly, to keep it short, I did a separate video and another review, so I think check that video first. And before getting into that video, I'll just summarize it, saying that the the bike that you need to buy, especially for Indian roads, when you are looking for touring, will start somewhere between 200 or 250 cc's and then can go upwards around 400 cc's or 650 cc in this case of an Interceptor. So at an entry level point, start with the 200s, the KTM 200 or the 250 or the Dominar 250 or the Fraser 250. These all are good bikes, so you can certainly rest be assured that you are having a good bike. But also keep in mind that you are buying a bike which has a 6th gear, because on the highways you will put less of strain to the engine. So 6th gear is something that you need to look for. The Fraser and the FZ doesn't have 6th gear, so it might vibe a lot. But on the other side, like the NS 200, the KTM 200, the KTM 250, the Dominar 250 all have 6th gear, so which will make a lot of difference while we are cruising between speeds of around 110 to 130. So now coming to the budget. So this budget is between 1.5 lakhs to around 1.8 lakhs. So that is something is the bracket. If you want to slightly up the game, then go for the Dominar or the Interceptor, because the bigger the CC, the better the experience. And that is where I think you can draw the line, because if you spend anything more than that, and if you are planning to buy somewhere like for close to 7 to 8 lakhs for the 650s or the Tiger Triple or the 800 series bikes, which cost really a bomb, and that is somewhere between 7 to 9 lakhs. So again, you need to tie back to what is your interest and whether you really want to invest so much, because buying those bikes is not only expensive, you need to start paying your EMIs, and then after that, service and the cost for the service is huge. Okay, you need to keep at least 30,000 to 35,000 for in every service or a yearly maintenance. So that is also very, very expensive. So, and on top of that, are you buying this bike to enjoy that triple digit speeds? Probably not, because you don't have those good roads in India where you can go upwards around 150. Maybe for a stretch you can go it, but that will soon come to a halt with the traffic. So try to buy a bike which breaks the even ground, and where you can use it well in the city and also on the highways. So hence I did a separate video in a detailed way. I've explained the points. So if you like that video, please check that out. I will be posting it probably in a couple of days. So that was my little gyan about these two things of starting a motor vlogging channel, and the budget, and the camera, and also the bike. So always please keep in mind what is your passion. So YouTube always works on 3 things, and I believe it is the 3 C's, the most 3 important pillars of any YouTube channel. The first is your content. The content only comes up if you are having a clear vision, or if you're having a clear passion for certain things. Second thing is your collaboration. See how best you can collaborate, and how best you can get inputs from other YouTubers or other influencers in your community. And then the most important thing in other C is the consistency in posting your videos. Always have a consistency in start posting videos, because that will make a lot of difference. Your audience will soon forget you if you are posting once in a month, and expecting that you will get more views. No, you should have content. You should be in a position where you are posting regularly, and that is where it keeps getting the audience retention up. So I hope you enjoy this video, and if you do so, please like and subscribe to my channel. One request is that there is a lot of people, close to 97% of the people are not subscribed to my channel. Only that the views that I'm getting is from the regular views, but there's no subscription. So just take out time, probably 30 seconds, and then do click on the subscribe button. I would certainly appreciate it. And the second thing is, do hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified for all the videos that I'm posting. And because the videos are so often, you will be notified to see whether the videos are based on your interest, and can certainly watch for it. So that's a request. Thank you so much for the CTR family for the 35,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate each and every one. I would be starting to do the giveaways soon, so keep on watch for that as well. So thank you so much, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.